I really, really wanted to come on here and say that I was going to be done with my short story, that it was finished. And most of the day, I was ready to announce it. Mostly I was ready to announce it. And what happened was this afternoon, I got home, I decided to film what I thought was going to be the final session here after work, just the kind of final nail in the coffin, the last few sentences, just going through, making sure they look tight, and then just going to call it. Call it, be done, send the story off. And, oh, man, I had to stop. Yeah, yep, had to stop. Last second, there was something inside of me, a voice saying that I had to address one structural issue. And it was basically the timeline of the story. Without going into it with any great detail, basically the story takes place a couple of weeks after another event takes place. And in my head, I'm thinking, all right, timeline is too short. It's too long. There's too much time between it. You need to shorten the time frame between these two narratives. The narrative needs to be much closer. The reason why, it's just a logistical thing. In real life, the circumstances basically between these two events would not last a couple weeks. It's hard to justify that. And again, I don't want to spoil anything about what the events are, but just between these two things that happen in the story, that I made the timeline greater than I think it needs to be. And so I decided to put a pause on it. I put a pause on it tonight because I got to think it over and see if I got to change it or not. If I do, it's not a big change. I got to go through and I guess I got to alter a couple lines in the story and just go and read through and make sure everything sounds consistent for just a shorter time frame between both events in the story. Again, it sounds really, really vague and it sounds like a simple fix, which it kind of is. I just need to think it over and make sure that I want to do this. Again, small thing. I know. Timeline, like what does it matter? Change it. Who cares, right? But for me, it's something I just want to take a night. I want to think it over, and then tomorrow I'm going to come in. And if I decide to do it, I'll change everything tomorrow, and then we're back in business. We're basically ready to rock again. But yeah, so technically speaking, I did not finish today. Did not finish up. I'll be done tomorrow, regardless of whether I change the timeline or not. I'll be done tomorrow. So just a day's delay. It sucks. I know, I wanted to get this thing done, but I don't want to. I want to think this particular thing over. I want to take it and just think it over and then make the decision. It has more implication to it than simply changing time. It changes a little bit of the narrative of the story. If I alter the time span. So just something to think it over. Again, a lot of it out of context makes no sense. I understand. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully, once I get this done tomorrow, I'll be able to submit it relatively quickly, and hopefully it'll appear in some sort of online format so I can copy a link to it here in the video so y'all can check it out. But yeah, delayed by a day, delayed by a single day just to think this thing over.